I'm here to report a terrible crime.
Welcome back to my channel. Harley here to bring you today's reaction to Tom McDonald's Anti. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the video and see how this video goes.
They a bunch of Satanists, criminals, murderers and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. It ain't left and right no more, cause now it's good and evil. They used to call it a conspiracy, but now it's real. We seen the files and the facts, don't care how you feel. They having pizza parties and that means they eating people. This might wake them up, QAnon didn't make it up. Missing kids got flown to Jeffrey's Island by who paid enough. The rich and famous, the young eat human flesh, it ain't for fun, it's ancient ritual.
Okay, I actually like the flow of this. I think it's really good. You can usually tell when I like something because you'll see me start like kind of flowing with it, you know. It's crazy because he says the part that he says about Epstein is like, damn, you know. But it's so crazy because right now it's true. We are like in a time and space right now where you have left versus right. You have, you know, people talking about, you know, the Iranian war. And now you have it circulating where people are saying that we're actually in a religious war where it's like kind of like the Crusades, where it's, you know, good versus evil. And so he's on point with all of this right now, which is so insane. You know, it's a crazy timeline we're living in. But let's keep going.
In adrenochrome from baby's blood. They call us crazy, but they should be behind bars. They call us liars because they don't want to get charged. They call us conspiracy theorists, but in their hearts they know all the names they call us ain't as bad as what they are. They are Satanists, criminals, murderers and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ.
Dude, that is so true. Like, oh my God. Like with all the stuff that was coming out from the Jeffrey Epstein thing, there was a thing in there that they were talking about like, oh, you know, that they were doing like religious sacrifice, which I would believe that. I mean, that's not anything new. If you watched Alex Jones, he talked about that, about, you know, them going to like the Bilderbergers or something like that, where they would go to like that Grove place. So honestly, I believe it. And then you have not only that, but the statue, which is, you know, like, if you think about it, that's why I'm using quotations. Like they're saying like, oh, it's just coincidental that they put like this like demonic statue in front of like, I think it's DARPA or HARP, which is crazy, you know, where they're doing like the Hadron Collider thing. So it's super crazy. So I honestly think you could tell Hollywood is very like demonic. You could see that, you know, because it's Hollywood. It's kind of like seeing Las Vegas. You know, it's all about, you know, sex and, you know, doing things that are actually anti-Christian. And we're living in a time and space right now where it's like kind of feels like straight out of the Bible, where you have like a real life Sodom and Gomorrah going on within this world, which is crazy. And it's funny to me too because these people, the people on the left, you know, they trash talk Christianity, Catholicism so bad, but they will never go after other religions. You don't see them coming at like Muslims for their religion. You know, they would not dare say anything against that religion. And yet that religion goes against everything they talk about because they're supposedly like super woke and, you know, feminist. But that religion, you would think they would go harder at because they're very anti-women. But, you know, it is what it is nowadays, guys. But so far, I like the song. I like the flow. I love the meaning that he's giving behind it.
They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. It ain't a culture war no more, the real fight is started. We've been up against each other, but now we the targets. It's the rappers, it's the actors, the elites in charge. It's kings and queens, they all bowing to the prince of darkness. Things ain't getting better, they run the world with rich investors. The cult came from Egyptian deserts, now they cannibals in Gucci sweaters. Using AI to fuel agendas, control the news, the truth, the weather. Now we're ruled by a group of dudes who are all satanic child molesters. They call us crazy, but they should be behind bars. They call us liars cause they don't wanna get charged. They call us conspiracy theorists, but in their hearts they know all the names they call us ain't as bad as what they are. They all Satanists, criminals, murderers and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ.
Dude, that is a great song. And it's true though, because they're trying to normalize this. That's why you see them pushing all this ideology in like movies and TV shows, because they're trying to normalize it so that you're okay with it. Look at, for example, the trans community, you know, not the trans community, but like the LGBTQ community. Their flag says it all, because they included MAP, which is a minor attracted person, which is basically another way of saying pedos, you know? So they're trying to normalize this, making it seem like there's something wrong with that. And the fact that they defend like Islam, you know, like that religion, who are known to go after children, they're just trying to normalize it and make it seem like it's okay, and that's not okay, you know? And you have them, like, for example, you have stuff like Bad Bunny, okay? He, in his videos, he had like some, you know, like, and I think it was at his concert too, where they were doing like the whole Satanist thing. You had MGK who literally like dresses like that and is for that. You have people just pushing that thing out there to kind of normalize it so that people won't even take a second look at it or question it. And that's what Hollywood and all these people do, because you have other rappers, you have other singers that push this type of look. Look at what happened at, I think, what was it, the last Olympics or something like that, when it was out in like, I think Paris or something like that in the UK, where they had like the dinner that you see Jesus in with all his disciples, and they use like a bunch of drag queens in that. Like, dude, can you get any more sacrilegious? And again, I say, they would never do this to any other religion, so why are we allowing them to do this against Christianity? Because they're fearful of it. That's why they trash it the most, because they know that Jesus is the one true God. You know, Christ is king. They know that, and that's why they're pushing this, and that's why they want you to fall and falter. You know, they're not going to care, you know, what happens to you, because all they care about themselves. That's all that matters. But yeah, I think Tom MacDonald was on point with this. I love this song. I hope you guys like it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Till next time, guys.